And welcome back to the North Star Takes podcast with Bailey Pulicki and Jacob Liberta. You can find all our videos here in our channel, so feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram as well. Today we will be talking more Minnesota Timberwolves because we've been noticing all the love we've been getting on our Timberwolves videos. So they're an interesting team to talk about. So we're going to keep talking about them as long as you guys keep enjoying it. So without further ado, today we're going to talk about the Timberwolves Summer League team, which a lot of people are saying, well, it's Summer League, who cares? But the Timberwolves actually have some pretty intriguing guys on their Summer League roster. Obviously, they're led by Jalen Noel and Jaden McDaniels, two guys who played a lot of minutes for the Timberwolves this past season. Jaden McDaniels could arguably be our fourth best player, so it'd be kind of interesting to watch him just kind of take over games in the Summer League, kind of be that dominant player that he really wasn't for the Timberwolves this last season. Jalen Noel can light it up from the three-point line.
Oh, absolutely.
Solid, just ball handler, shooter, obviously. He's a good playmaker. I don't know if he's going to be the backup point guard or not. That remains to be seen, but I think he can play shooting guard too. Who are some other guys that are kind of on your radar here as we start the Summer League? We went to the Summer League scrimmage last week, and we saw some interesting guys there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, honestly, because it brought a lot of other names to the surface that you wouldn't otherwise be like acquainted with. Because obviously you got the guys like Noel and McDaniels that were already on the Wolves team last year, and like you said, they played roles on this team, and especially down the stretch, McDaniels really came out as kind of a surprise to a lot of people, I think, just because he was a later first-round pick, and usually in the NBA, if you're a non-lottery pick, there's not a ton of expectations. So. Right. I mean, he's shown to be a great project player. Like you said, can't wait to watch him go off. But as far as maybe digging deeper into this roster, but beyond those two, I probably look at guys like McKinley Wright, the
For sure.
hometown kid from Champlin.
My guy.
That's what, your guy. And that's always a fun storyline when you got somebody like him. And then you got Nathan Knight, the recent pickup from the Hawks. That's huge. And he's been hooping in the Summer League. And then you got Isaiah Miller, too. He's a high flyer. So there's a lot of guys to get excited about. I know, like you said, Summer League can be kind of drab for some fans. But I feel like there's always something good to talk about, especially when you got guys that could be fighting for legitimate roster spots on this Wolves roster come this fall. So I think you got to kind of keep an eye on it, just especially with some of these under-the-radar guys, like a guy like Nathan Knight, who's really proven to be almost a double-double player here in the Summer League. So I don't know. Who kind of stands out the most to you of all of these guys that I just rattled off there?
I would say in terms of being able to make the team, probably Knight.
Okay.
He's a power forward and a center. I think he could play either position. He can shoot outside shots. He's kind of a beast on the boards. He's very aggressive. He can ball handle a little bit. He's like a thicker and taller version of like a Naz Reid, or he's just like a thicker version of Cat.
That could be a really nice complementary piece to Naz Reid and Cat.
So. Yeah, I think he'd be kind of a perfect fit, especially like they'll probably bring back Jared Vanderbilt, but I think there'll be room for possibly both these guys.
I kind of like these grinders, so having these guys on our team.
We need guys like that, guys that play tough. He had like 7 fouls in his first Summer League game, which probably isn't great, but I mean, at least he's playing aggressive.
Honestly, I love the technical the most, though.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I love seeing that.
Showing his character.
Yes, passion.
McKinley Wright, though, obviously, I've talked about him in our previous video. He's a fantastic player. He plays so hard on defense. He's in people's face. Watching him play against Trey Jones was just a treat because I watched those two play in high school, and now to get to watch them play against each other in the Summer League. He's such a hard-nosed player. Gets steals, gets rebounds, initiating the offense. He knows when to shoot. He's a smart player, and I know he's undrafted, and they're probably bringing back Jordan McLaughlin, but I don't know. I think he's got a legitimate shot to be the backup point guard of this team. And that's kind of the thing that hurts Isaiah Miller is he's also a point guard. Both him and McKinley Wright are only like 6 feet, but Isaiah Miller can just jump out of the gym. I mean, this guy's posterizing people at both the scrimmage and at the first Summer League game.
I love watching these guys just destroy these men. Oh, my gosh.
It's so funny, and that's the one thing that's killing Miller is that McKinley Wright's definitely probably preferred over him, and they're both point guards, so that'll be tough. But, I mean, this Miller guy could maybe catch on somewhere else. He's got some insane talent, so if nothing else, this Summer League team is really just fun to watch. They got some interesting guys, and it's not just 1 or 2 guys. It's really like 5 guys like we mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's definitely possible, like you mentioned, with McKinley Wright to make this roster just as a backup point guard because we're still trying to looking to fill that role. So, I mean, if he looks good in the Summer League and shows enough to Finch and the staff there, I mean, he's got as good of a chance as anybody. And there's a reason he was a 3-time first team All Pac-12,
Yep.
and because the guy can score and he can just do it all, and he's he's going to give out there, give 110% effort, and that's really what I love about all these summer league guys. Is when you watch these games, like these guys are trying really hard because
Yes, they are.
everything's on the table for them just to make a roster. Whether it's like for these guys, whether it's the Wolves or not, you just kind of put on a show and really prove yourself that you're an NBA player and that you deserve to be on a team for the whole season. So that's what I really enjoy. Honestly, it's probably just the effort.
I agree with you there completely. The reffing still isn't great, but it's an NBA product. So.
Yes.
One thing I really did love, though, is I loved seeing all the veterans pull up, not even just veterans, but basically the whole team pull up to the Summer League. I mean, Kat and D'Lo were there. Ant was there and gave a great interview. Naz Reid was there. Josh Okogie was there. I think Jarrett Culver was there. So maybe they just told the whole team to fly out to Vegas and they can all work out together or something. I don't know. But having that entire squad there is really just awesome because you can see how close these guys are. It seems like they care a lot. Last year with COVID, they weren't able to really get together in the off season very much. So I don't know. I think it's an encouraging sign for this off season, especially that these guys are getting some time together. They're even showing up to support the Summer League guys. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, honestly, I love the camaraderie. I think it really helps team building. It really helps guys just play together better, really, because you just get more in sync, whether it's on the court, off the court, whatever. Like, that's going to help your play just naturally. So I think that's huge that the whole team's showing out to support because it shows that no player is bigger than the rest. So, I mean, I think that's awesome as far as getting some momentum as far as just team bonding and just getting ready for this upcoming season. So I'm pretty excited about that, actually, just that they're this close. Like, some teams can really flatline if these guys are all playing for themselves, not really playing for the team. So I think this is a good start.
And I think it's huge for somebody like McDaniels, who's probably going to be a big part of this team moving forward, that they're out there supporting him and kind of seeing what he can do when he's in control of a game and stuff like that. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know. I'm very optimistic about this Wolves team. Obviously, it's the off season, which is probably the most optimistic time to be a Wolves fan. But still waiting on any sort of big trade here. I don't know if it's going to happen though, but we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. But that's going to do it for this edition of the North Star Takes podcast. Be sure to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter, and comment below about how you're feeling about the Timberwolves Summer League roster and if you're liking any of these guys to have a shot at making the team or not. Thanks for watching.